On June 13, 2019, a Twitter user posted a terrifying picture of something she'd seen at her local supermarket. This was on display at the supermarket. I can't get it out of my head. It was a picture posted to the supermarket wall for Father's Day. In it, a 5-year-old boy had drawn a portrait, presumably of his father, with terrifyingly large eyes, a massive, creepy grin, and red skin. This alone is pretty creepy, but considering that it was the work of a 5-year-old child, not all that strange. Children draw weird things all the time. But that wasn't all. Behind the father, a stick figure hung from a noose, a discarded chair on the floor below it. The comments section beneath the picture stated, "Father, thank you for always doing your best at work. Mother, please come back soon." Twitter users quickly jumped to the conclusion that this little boy had seen his mother hang herself, but was too young to comprehend what he'd seen. The terrifying nature of the father's grinning face added another layer of creepiness to the image, and some suspected that the father may have had something to do with the mother's death, or perhaps he had even told the boy that his mother would return soon, leading to his final comment. But was it real? Did a 5-year-old boy really draw a picture of his mother hanging herself in a Father's Day worksheet for a supermarket? Almost immediately, people suspected the picture's authenticity. Supposing the picture was real, why would a supermarket hang it on their wall to begin with? The picture of the stick figure hanging from a noose isn't exactly hidden. It's right there, in plain view. Whoever hung these pictures on the wall would have undoubtedly noticed such an image and thought twice about hanging it for the public to see. Furthermore, why did no one else notice it? Surely if this Twitter user noticed the picture and was able to take pictures of it to share online, other people would have as well. Yet this person was the only one who had seen it. The same user tweeted a follow-up the very next day addressing this, stating that she had gone back to the supermarket and the picture was now gone. When she asked the staff about it, the staff claimed they had received so many phone calls about the picture that they had decided to look into it. They were looking for the child who had brought the picture in and investigating whether it actually was a child who had drawn it or some adult's idea of a prank. She followed up with a further tweet that the staff had checked the security cameras to see whether someone had drawn the picture of the stick figure after the fact, but could find nothing. Nor was there any video evidence of anyone bringing the picture in. Lastly, they were working with the city to try and uncover who the child in question was. There was, of course, no proof for any of this. Either the Twitter user was telling the truth, as she saw it, and there was something fishy with this picture posted on a supermarket wall, or the entire thing was an elaborate fake. One theory, supposing that the picture was real, was that it wasn't drawn by a 5-year-old at all. The realness of the hanging stick figure and the accurateness of the fallen chair below it seemed a little too much for such a young child to convey. Perhaps an adult had drawn the picture as a prank and then given it to a child to hand in. The Twitter user claimed that the staff member she spoke to had recalled the child had asked for sweets in return for the picture. So if it was true, at the very least a child had handed the picture in. But that didn't mean that it was this child who was the one that drew it. Another theory was that the Twitter user herself drew the picture. Again, there was zero evidence one way or the other, But taking into account that this person was the only person to have seen this strange and, quite frankly, terrifying image, it's not a stretch of the imagination to think that it could have been fake. What would the user have to gain from this? Well, a quick look at the number of retweets and likes should tell you. According to the Twitter user's profile, she's a Twitch streamer. Was this an attempt at going viral? Or did she genuinely see something disturbing while out one day? Looking closer at the picture, the supermarket in question was Ichigokan. The Ichigokan chain only exists in Mie Prefecture, except for one single supermarket in Gifu. Several follow-up tweets suggested this particular store was in Yokkaichi City in Mie, but this was never confirmed. So, if this picture was real, it meant that a young boy in Mie Prefecture had seen his mother commit suicide sometime over the last few years. Considering his age, this probably happened sooner rather than later. Internet users dug into Mie's public records and discovered that in 2018, 121 women had committed suicide in the prefecture. Was the mother one of these women? The location of the picture also led to suspicions that it was a fake. It didn't look to be pasted on a supermarket wall. And even if it was a supermarket wall, it appeared to be forcefully shoved into a space too tiny to display it. It's doubled up beneath another picture and overhanging at the edge, meaning that someone could have easily put it there themselves without anyone else's knowledge. In the end, the original Twitter user never posted anything else about the story, and nobody was able to prove or disprove what she had apparently seen. That the picture existed was undeniable, but there was zero proof that it had ever actually been inside the supermarket in question. And supposing that it really was hung on the wall of a Ichigokan supermarket, there was no proof that it was a child who had drawn it. The entire story stemmed from a single Twitter user, and there was too little information to accurately judge one way or another. That lack of information may be enough for some people to believe that it was nothing more than a prank, an attempt at going viral, but nobody could ever prove it one way or the other. If we take the tweets at face value, a young boy had seen his mother commit suicide, drew it in a picture for Father's Day, and then handed it in to a supermarket to hang on their wall. Nobody ever questioned the very obvious stick figure hanging from a noose, and other than this one Twitter user, nobody ever took a picture of it. Yet once it started to gain attention online, it was supposedly taken down, investigated, and authorities notified. The last anyone heard was that the city was looking into it, and that was that. But what do you think? Was this picture truly the work of a child? How did it manage to get hung up in a supermarket without anyone else noticing it? Was it just a prank? Something actually drawn by an adult, but made to look like the work of a child? Or was it, perhaps, just a Twitter user's attempt at going viral, and no such picture had ever been hung on the supermarket wall for all to see? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.